In this video, I want to give you the 3 exact steps that I took to take my testosterone from chronically low levels around 300 nanograms per deciliter to 1000 nanograms per deciliter. Testosterone is so important because it literally is the life force of man. Without it, you have no drive, no energy, no desire, and no actual intent to conquer the world and achieve your biggest and most bold dreams. So the giveaway signs that you have low testosterone, as you can see from this picture here, I was about 300 nanograms per deciliter of testosterone, and I had a higher body fat percentage than what was normal. In this picture, I was going to the gym consistently 5 days a week, but I still looked fat and I still looked chubby. You can also see that the androgen receptor zones, so things around my shoulder, trap and neck region, are underdeveloped and they look really scrawny, even though I had still been building muscle overall. And this is a sign of low testosterone, because testosterone is what ends up working on the androgen zones to help you build muscle and build mass and build a masculine dominant aesthetic. You can also see that I had a very soft bone structure and a lack of angularity. So in my face, in my frame, everywhere, my whole body, it just looks very soft and very youthful and very baby-like, very feminine. Here's another picture of me. This is old Jay back in the day, low test. You can see here I was just finished crying because I was in a depressed state. Having low testosterone will make you feel more depressed and will make you feel more pessimistic and feel like shit most of the day. Young guys shouldn't be feeling like this. You should be feeling on top of the world every day. And obviously some shit's gonna happen, like if someone in your family dies or something, fine. But if you're just crying about random shit, if you're highly emotional, and like for me, I had social anxiety, incredible social anxiety, I was a loser. If this is happening to you, then chances are you do have low testosterone. And even if you don't, what I'm going to teach you will still help you significantly. But you can see here as well, we have poor complexion and we have a puffy baby fat look on my face. So my cheeks are super bloated. My whole face just looks really round and moon-like. And I had acne on my chin. It was all just fucked, right? I was just completely fucked. I felt like shit. I remember these specific times. This was in university where I was falling asleep and sleeping for like 18 hours a day, not getting up in time, missing my alarms, not being able to get enough discipline to consistently go to the gym and do sports. I would have enough energy to go to the gym and then I'd just crash out for the rest of the day. Wouldn't be able to do anything. I went soft on girls. I was absolutely fucked. But I implemented these 3 steps and I was able to fix my testosterone and boost it up to 1000, and I'm about to show you the method right here, right now. The step number 1 was implementing dietary swaps. Throughout my whole fitness journey, I was focusing on a protein product centric diet, meaning I was trying to get protein in at any cost. And if it meant I couldn't get it in from meats and chicken and stuff like that, I would resort to protein powders, I would resort to protein bars, and I would resort to any kind of product, any kind of slop, fucking goy slop that said protein on it. So these are things like protein cereals, protein peanut butter, protein yogurt, all these different things that are marketed as having higher protein, but realistically they don't really, or it's just lower quality protein and it's just highly processed slop. I realized that it was this diet, this focus in my diet, that was causing me my low testosterone, because most of these foods don't have micronutrient balance. Yeah, you'll hit your macros and most guys will say, oh, all that matters is protein, fats and carbs, bro. But testosterone matters as well, and testosterone is influenced by micronutrients and how processed the foods are, as well as a bunch of other stuff. And it was when I switched from a protein product centric diet to just caring about eating a natural animal-based diet, which is where my testosterone fixed itself. I remember I went from having these low testosterone symptoms to starting to eat steak and eggs, beef and eggs, a lot of animal fats and a lot of animal meats, and my testosterone changed significantly and my face got more angular, I felt better, I got stronger, I got bigger. All these positive things changed in my life, and it was because I implemented a natural animal-based diet. But specifically the tip I want to give you here is I boosted my fat intake like crazy. So many guys out there are being idiots, being stupid and being gullible listening to these big roided up bodybuilders. If you're natural, no, don't eat fucking 20 grams of fat. All these big ass dudes are telling you to keep your fats low because you want to keep your calories in check and you want to max out your protein and carbs, and they're still making hella gains, and then you implement 20 gram of fat diet and you wonder why you look like shit and you have no energy and you're getting weaker in the gym. It's because fat is required for our hormone function, and testosterone is one of the key hormones that we need. The guys that are pinning, why are they successful with the low-fat diet? Well, it's because they're getting their testosterone elsewhere. They're injecting it into their fucking ass cheek. So of course they don't need to optimize their diet to keep their testosterone high when they have an endless supply from needles and syringes. You are natural on the other hand, so you need to focus on boosting your hormones internally, and you do that by boosting your fat intake. So I would recommend having 90 grams and over daily, just for a short period of time, so you can find the balance eventually, but this will boost your testosterone significantly and get you to a point where you actually want to be, and then you can adjust from there. Maybe you can lower it, maybe you can adjust everything else around that. And now there's one key caveat that I want to tell you here. When I say go on an animal-based diet, I do not mean just eat meat and eggs. You still need carbs. If you cut carbs from your diet, you'll notice a bunch of negative things, because carbs are necessary to fuel your muscles with glycogen. Glycogen is what gives you that, that full pumped up effect. It allows you to get pumps. It allows you to actually have strength in your muscles and contract properly. And if you cut carbs out in place of just animal fats and animal meats, you're going to be low energy. And when your body doesn't have enough stored energy from the carbs, from the glycogen, it's going to increase the cortisol in your body, because your body's trying to find new ways to optimize its energy output and production. So you're going to have increased cortisol, which is increased stress, which is going to fuck your body up even more. And we know that cortisol is actually a direct opposite to testosterone. So they are inversely related. So if your testosterone goes up, your cortisol goes down, and vice versa. So we want to be keeping our cortisol low, or else we're just going to kill our testosterone in the process. So still keep your carbs, and I recommend fruit, simple starches like potatoes and rice, and honey as the key carbohydrate intake for your training. Now step 2 into taking yourself from low test to high test is to maximize the testosterone precursors. And there's one key precursor we need to be focusing on, and that is cholesterol. Cholesterol is the building block of which testosterone is made from. So if you're going around believing the low fat propaganda and again another one, the low cholesterol propaganda, then you're literally starving your body of what it needs to produce testosterone in the first place. So if you're just eating chicken, lean fish, and lean meats, and ignoring your fat and trying to lower your cholesterol and not consume red meat because it's bad, then you're not giving your body enough of what it needs to actually produce the thing you want the most, the thing that could be holding you back, which is your testosterone. And before you freak, cholesterol is realistically only bad if you're a fat fucking Teletubby. If you're a healthy athlete, if you're a healthy individual, which I hope the guys watching here intend to be or are already, then you're gonna be fine. There are so many other worse things than cholesterol. Cholesterol is literally what you need inside of your body, so don't be stupid. You're not going to have a steak and then have a heart attack. You will be fine. Trust me, I've been eating fucking 10 to 15 eggs a day for the last 2 years, and I'm fine. And the other part of this step 2 is to optimize your cofactor consumption. So the cofactors are smaller things like vitamins, minerals that go into actually producing testosterone as well, and actually helping to bind with things like cholesterol, and they're going to help with the whole entire process of steroidogenesis, which is where you're creating your testosterone and optimizing your hormones inside of your balls, bro. So there are 3 things that I would recommend you have, and that's boron. Start taking boron supplements, or you can eat a lot of dates. That's going to help to decrease your sex hormone binding globulin, which is going to help you boost your free testosterone, which means you have more accessible testosterone in your body, so whatever you're making, your body's going to be able to use more efficiently. Next, we're going to go for zinc. You can get this in things like oysters. Oysters are a very good source, but I would still just recommend popping a tab or 2 of zinc every single day. That's what I've been doing, and the benefits are crazy. Again, that helps to increase steroidogenesis, because inside of that track, inside of that pathway to creating testosterone. And finally, we're going for vitamin D, because it's going to actually promote the production of testosterone in your testicles through Leydig cell optimization, which is small things in your balls that basically tell your body to actually start producing tests and stop being a fucking bitch. And again, it's going to reduce your sex hormone binding globulin, so we can optimize our free test compared to our total testosterone ratios. Step 3 is you need to quit booze. I used to drink 20 plus standard drinks a week. When I was in uni, when I was even back from uni, I remember going out at least 3 times a week. I would get these apple cider cans and I would just scull them, have 8 standard drinks in like 10 minutes and then go out and drink more at the club and at the bars, get absolutely shit-faced, fuck up my health, and only looking back on it now, I'm 2 years sober. I've not had a single drop of alcohol in 2 years. I realized it was the biggest bottleneck that was keeping me back, making me look like shit, stalling my training. Everything was shit because of alcohol. And there's a few reasons at how it specifically nukes your testosterone production, and that's because it nukes your nutrient absorption abilities. When you drink alcohol, your body produces acetaldehyde, which is a fucking toxic chemical caused by alcohol. And what happens when you do this is your body, your liver, spends time trying to get this shit out of your body. So that means that all that protein you ate throughout the day, all those micronutrients that you optimize for, well, they're becoming less effective because your liver is too focused on kicking out the alcohol from your fucking body. Body is literally trying to get poison out of it. So you're not going to be able to have priority of your protein and of your muscle building when your body's under this chronic level of stress trying to excrete toxic shit. As well, it literally increases the exact cause and the exact process of aromatase in the body, which is why many guys who drink a lot of alcohol have man tits and have high body fat, because aromatase is the way that estrogen is produced, which is going to obviously throw out your testosterone balance. There's also the negative carryover and the neurotoxicity. The fact that alcohol is literally worse for your brain than drugs. It literally passes the blood-brain barrier and fucks up your cells, makes you into a fucking retard. And then also, yeah, the negative carryover. Like, you're not going to be able to train hard in the gym because you're hungover, or you're just dehydrated, or you just feel retarded. And you're just overall just fucking killing your health. So once I fixed this, that is how I truly was able to stop bottlenecking my testosterone. And then I got it up to a high level. So if you're drinking right now, just quit. Just quit for 30 days at least. Don't be a bitch. You cannot touch fucking alcohol. Alcohol's disgusting anyway. If you just don't touch it for 30 days, you focus on the dietary changes and training hard still, but just eating more of an animal-based diet with increased fat intake, and you boost the precursors to testosterone like cholesterol and getting those extra vitamins and supplements in, I guarantee you, you will go from low testosterone, just like I went from around 300 to then 600 to then 1,000 once I've optimized all these things. And this is only just the beginning, but this is how you actually start to feel alive again in life and stop feeling like a fucking sack of potatoes. Now, I hope this helped, and if you don't know who I am, I'm Jay, and it's my mission to help young guys transform themselves from insecure and lost to people who are confident, attractive, and actually achieve social and dating success. If you want to learn more about that, which includes boosting your testosterone, which includes building your physique, which includes everything I've done to improve my life and have the biggest glow up possible, then check the link in the description and you can join Project Undeniable and start your journey as well. But with that being said, remember, the progress is purpose, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.